I remember about 10 years ago at the Housewares Industry Association show, they were giving an award to the founder of All-Clad, and he stood up, he began by saying, everybody in this room knows that if it wasn't for Chuck Williams, we would never be here tonight. Chuck Williams started the premium cookware business in the United States. He learned to cook from his grandmother. He was almost instantly drawn to it. He was a home cook. He was never a restaurant chef. And this gave him a pattern for how he would live his life.
I did everything myself after I came back from the war. I was living in Sonoma and I was building houses, and I had a group of friends there that we all liked to cook. So we took a trip in 1953 in France. I didn't go to the museums. I went to the stores. I was fascinated with all the cooking equipment that the French were able to buy for themselves. I thought, why don't we have it?
Chuck bought this hardware store in Sonoma, so he bought some baking equipment and pots and pans to put in the hardware store. All of a sudden, that was selling much better than the hardware. From that, he got the idea of opening a cookware store. There was nothing like it in the United States at that time. Chuck wanted to expand the business. He opened a store at 576 Sutter Street in San Francisco. It was next to Elizabeth Arden, where all of the affluent women would go. And so the word spread very quickly about the store and his talent, and away he went. What really propelled it was Julia Child and her cooking show.
Today we're going to do vegetables the French way.
But people couldn't find things to make the dishes that she was showing on television, but they could find them at Williams-Sonoma. Chuck and Julia became very good friends, along with James Beard and others. So he was right at the forefront of this development of cooking in America. He worked very hard to get as much of the authentic French cooking and serving equipment as he could. He would buy the items he found at restaurant supplies and resell them in his store. All of the major brands, equipment that would really help the home cook. Chuck was the first one to bring those into the United States. But if it wasn't for him, they would have never even started selling them to the home consumer. A lot of people in the industry owe their livelihood to what he created. He spawned a whole industry, and the world recognized it.